Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining this information session for the 2023 contest. I am Sai Sharma, the contest director for NorthSouth Foundation. And with me is my co-host, Prasanna Paralkar. He's from the contest vertical from the operations side. And also my co-host, Giri Cherikuri, who's helping us with the broadcasting of this session. And we will also, it's being recorded and as well as it's being broadcast on YouTube live. And also I'm happy to announce that we also have Dr. Balu Natarajan. And he will also be addressing you all regarding the 2023 contest. So with that, we will get started. It's going to be in the format of primarily we're going to have the information session, which is going to cover all the which are the contests we're going to be conducting in the 2023, how it's going to be conducted, and also which are the specific dates, etc. So the presentation itself is going to be like around 20-25 minutes tops, and then it'll be available also on YouTube. And then we will also provide you information on how you can get additional information if anything is needed. So with that, I'm going to go to the first slide. Okay, so 2023, the contest key pieces of information. So how is the 2023 contest be conducted? Is it going to be online or on-site? So we are happy to say that it is now going to be conducted on-site for the 2023. So basically, we're going to be back to how things were prior to the all the pandemic actually started. So we would be conducting all the contests at your local chapter. So you should be able to go and then also interact with all the other contestants and as well as with the volunteers. So which is what was the benefit for NorthSouth. And we expect that to return back to that kind of normalcy with the 2023 contest. Okay. So having said that, there will be no online option at all for the 2023. Everything will be paper-based. Okay, except of course for the phase 2 of the spelling, vocabulary, and geography, which has a second phase for the oral, and that will be either read out or will be projected. Okay. And the chapters identify the venue where they would conduct the contest, similar to what we have done in the 2019 and prior. So basically, you would check the contest calendar and then see where the venue is for you to attend those contests. Okay, so more on that in subsequent slides. Now, are all the contests being conducted for the 2023? Actually, we're going to be focusing only the 7 core contests that we have been working on so far, which I'll provide the details for that in the next slide. And so, who determines these calendar for these contests? The chapter director of your local chapter will determine the calendar for these contests, and as well as it is based on the availability of the venue and as well as the volunteers. Okay, that's pretty much how we normally used to conduct the contest from prior to 2019. So that is how we would actually be conducting these 2023 contests. Okay, so moving on to which are the contests that will be conducted. So we'll be having the spelling, vocabulary, geography. These 3, of course, have the phase 1 that is in written phase. And you also have the phase 2, which is the oral phases. Okay. And as you may be aware, all contestants actually will go from phase 1 to phase 2. There are no eliminations at the regional contest. everything is actually open, meaning every contestant will actually move from one phase to the other in regionals. And again, it's a good way for you to gain experience and as well as see where you stand in your curriculum, basically. And then we will also have the math, science, computer science, and as well as the public speaking. Now, public speaking, let me point out that this is going to be in the public speaking format and not in the impromptu format. Okay. The following three contests will not be conducted for the 2023, which are essay, brain bee, and history. Okay. So these three will not be at the regionals, but at least the essay and the brain bee, they will be part of what is called as a learning journey, but I don't want to focus on that at this point in time, but just for your purpose for the regionals, these three will not be conducted. Okay, so now details of the contest and the levels. So these are the levels that you have for each of the contests. For spelling bee, we have the JSB, SSB, and the grades are all mentioned here for each of them. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but however, all that is actually mentioned here on the website here, and you should be able to get to it, which is from the US activities, contests, and regional contests. That's how you would actually go to find it. And all these blue words that you actually see here, they are all hyperlinks on that particular website, and you should be able to get to more details on that. Okay. All right. Now moving on to the next one. So when are these contests conducted? So the contest date actually depends on your local chapter. It will be in one of the 3 weekends, either on April 1st or 2nd, April 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, or the May 13th or the 14th. Sorry for the typo here. Those are the dates that actually will be conducted. And how will you get to the contest calendar is you would actually go to regional contest calendar from here, and then you can pick the state where you are, and that'll lead you to the specific contest calendar for your chapter. Okay. And how do you register? So you would actually register as a parent. And this is a screen that you normally get to. You should be familiar with this, but basically you would go from the home and then you would actually go to the parent registration. And also we have an early bird registration that actually ends Sunday, the February 19th. Basically, you get $5 off for each of the contests that you register. So I encourage you all to take advantage of it and register as soon as possible. And also one more important aspect of it, the sooner you register, you'll be able to download the words for example, for the spelling or vocabulary, for which you download the 1,000 words, and then you would actually practice them, right? And then, as you may be aware, pretty much I would say most of the words for the written contest will come from the published words, but there are some that actually comes from the unpublished also. But however, for phase 2, all of the words in phase 2 will be from the published words only. Okay, so more if you can actually kind of go through the rules to get all read through all those specific details on that one. Okay, right. That's pretty much what I had from way of the presentation part of it. But I wanted to kind of stop my presentation now, and then I invite Prasanna to actually walk us through. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thanks. Actually, you covered pretty much everything I wanted to show, but I'm going to share my screen, if I may.
Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. So You can see my screen right now. So what Sai was mentioning, right? Basically, come on the right hand side under US login. If you're a new user, you go as a parent and create your login. If you have been a parent, been participating for last few years, you can go to the US login and click on the parent and go from that process. You have all the information under the US activities, US chapters. So, one of the parent just said he added the child, but he could not see. So if I click on the Virginia, I see this. I don't know whether you're in Ashburn, Fairfax, or Virginia Beach. Suppose if it's Ashburn, you look at a contest calendar and see whether it is open. And it says contest not yet scheduled for this center. Same thing goes here. And that's the reason that you could not register your child yet. Okay. For example, if you go to the Oregon, is there a Oregon here? Other chapters? And let's see, just as an example. Okay, Oregon. As an example, I want to show you. You can see there is a calendar, right? That means the chapter has opened the contest. And then you can go ahead and go to the parent and go through the process, and you will see all this particular contest that is the chapter is going to conduct is shown here. So that's how you look at it. Secondly is under the contest, you go to the regional contest, like I was showing, and you want to look at how to do the preparation. You can go to the spelling, for example. There are all the rules are set up here. And you can look at what are the preparations, how you do that. And that's where all the information is stored under the US activities, contest, regional contest. We encourage you, there is a YouTube videos. Please go through our channel. There are a lot of nice coaching information there. Otherwise, you can look at a coaching overview. And these are our coaching, right? And if your child want to participate, I think the class is already started. But these are all the various spring semesters, summer semester, you can register for this. And any other questions you guys have? I mean, that's pretty much it. We just wanted to kind of introduce you to this on-site concept after 3 years of online that we conducted, 2020, 2021, and 2022. So we are reverting back to the 2019 and prior, how exactly we used to do it. So that's just wanted to kind of reintroduce the things again. Any questions, please ask away, either chat and or we will be here after Dr. Balu's presentation. That's all I have. Dr. Balu, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much. I know that a lot of you are here because of something we all want, right? We want our kids to do well in academics. I'm just like you. I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. So one is in 8th grade, one is a junior in high school. He'd be applying to college soon. So I walk in the same shoes as many of you. I want them to do well. So I want to share a bigger picture of what we're trying to develop and what we're trying to deliver here at the NorthSouth Foundation. And we see what you're putting in the chat box. We'll go through some of those and we'll get follow-up for those where we can't answer immediately. But if anybody looked last week at the Wall Street Journal, they shared the findings of a study that Harvard started in 1938. So this group of researchers followed people for 85 years and looked at people. Some of them were Harvard students, and some of them were kids who were not educated, who were from inner city Boston. And they followed these people for generations, and wanted to see what it was that helped create happiness, what made people happy. And it wasn't money, and it wasn't awards, it was relationships. So it was time spent with people and relationships. Many of you have not been involved in the foundation long enough to know, partly because of the last 3 years being virtual, that this foundation was built on relationships, volunteer relationships, peer relationships, relationships between students and coaches. In fact, in the 2016 National Spelling Bee, our NorthSouth kids were competing, and a NorthSouth alumnus named Sriram Hatwar, his younger brother, was competing. And we have a picture of him quizzing the 10 finalists. One of those finalists was his brother, but one of those finalists was Nihar Janga, the son of Narayana Janga, our chief coaching officer. But even though Sriram's younger sibling was competing, Sriram was sitting there quizzing all of the finalists. And so we have fostered an atmosphere where kids help each other and learn together and push each other to be better. Now, a lot of that relationship that's gotten eroded the last 3 years because we haven't been able to spend time with one another. So that's what we're trying to get back to. But what I'm asking is not only that you sign up your kids for the contest, but we're hoping that this is part of an ongoing learning journey together, your family with ours. So get involved, help your kids help their peers, help them all help other kids, help volunteers in your local community. And I've seen some examples in the chat box. If your chapter is not active and you want to help, if your chapter doesn't seem to recruit that many families and you have other kids that you know of that could get involved or that could participate, that could learn, then please email us at support@northsouth.org and we'll help you get the chapter going. If you're willing to help volunteer and help to lead, we'll help you get the kids the education and the access that they deserve and the opportunity they deserve. So I'm asking that we all together, not just to develop smart kids, but that we develop smart kids who build a peer group and long-standing happiness, giving back, doing seva, and doing good with all the smarts they gain here and everywhere else.
So anybody has any questions, please ask away between Sai, myself, and Dr. Balu. We'll try our best to answer your questions. Please go ahead. There are some questions in the chat boxes. We are trying our best to answer those. So any questions?
If you want to raise your hand, that will help. So
I think we can answer the finals first, right? There's a question of whether the finals will be in person. And so our plan is exactly to do that. We are still trying to finalize details. We do not have a long list of people willing to take that on. So that's a challenge for us. As I started, this is a completely volunteer-based organization. So everything we did was based on people coming forward. So we're doing our very best to finalize exactly what that looks like. And, while we would love to give you the details, we don't have it yet because we don't have enough people who have stepped forward to take that on. In the same vein, some people have asked, how will people be motivated if there's no contest anymore? And that's part of a shift that we're trying to get to here with the foundation. That's exactly why I led with what I was talking about. We're trying to foster relationships between the kids so that they learn, so that the point is not about winning, but about learning. And some of the things that we're working on are some interactive things. You may see even in our coaching, a lot of the kids have Kahoots and other games that they play together so that they learn together. And at the chapter level, we have kids getting involved in things like our Young Changemakers journey. So they're doing things, learning real world ability to do public service in their communities, get their volunteer hours, especially if they're in high school, but learning together. And so we have found that there are a lot of kids that come to our coaching classes that learn together and enjoy it, even without the contest. So we need to step back from contest being the only motivator and trophies being the only motivator. We have actually a lot of kids who have been incredibly motivated even without trophies over the last several years. Learning is really what we're going for, and community atmosphere and relationships are what we're really trying to go for.
There is one question. I know there are a couple of people have raised their hand. So there's one thing I really want to make sure that everybody understand here. total 48 chapters have opened the contest so far. Okay, that means the chapter directors have opened the calendar for registrations out of approximately 90 chapters that we have. We are trying our best to contact all chapter directors. They are aware of it. Some of them are looking for the venue, and as soon as they get a venue, they will open up the contest calendar so you can register. And so that's why there are a couple of questions I can see that, hey, my chapter director has not opened. Please contact your chapter director. Just let them know, hey, you're interested. When are you going to open, right? You will see that chapter director information on the website, and probably he or she can give you the better answer when they're going to open. We have been consistently in touch with all of them. So, like I said, about 48 have opened so far, and more opening hopefully within one week. I'm not sure whether all 90
And if
will
you
open.
don't get a response, from your chapter director, really you should get a response within 48 hours. If you don't, please do send an email to support@northsouth.org so that we can take care of you. You should be getting a response, but like I said, if not, we want to know about it. We don't want you to not get a response. We don't want you to be left high and dry. We want to help.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Balu. So, Palani, right? Balan Krishnamurthy. Yes, please ask away your question. You are on mute.
Yeah, that was the question which, like, since it is not open, can be registered in a different chapter if it is not going to be held at the chapter which we live in.
So now, Sai, you can correct me on this one.
Okay.
It is a cluster. Okay.
Let me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I think as Prasanna started saying, yes, it is a cluster, meaning like look for a chapter that is closer to you physically, so to speak, geographically, I should say rather. And then you can actually register in one of the chapters. For example, again, I'm not saying this is the case. If Marlborough is not open, but Princeton is open, yes, you can actually register in Princeton. So similarly, other geographically, if you're closer to one of these locations, absolutely, please go ahead and register. And the way that you can actually do is you can, as a parent, as soon as you log in, you have the option to change your home chapter, and you using that option, you can change the home chapter, and then you should be able to register. Okay. And as always, if you have any difficulty, please email support@northsouth.org and someone will be able to get back to you. But it's a very very simple, straightforward method for you to change that particular location.
Now, most, just to continue on that, right? Most chapters, we are hoping they will open, but there will be some instances, realistically speaking, some of them you may have to travel a little further because that particular center may not be open this year. We don't know. I'm just saying it just to be prepared on that one. Okay.
But I think that I want to reemphasize what Dr. Balu said, really, right? So again, this is about the experience and the learning.
Yes.
So we are going to emphasize that, and we all realize that this is the first year back again. But we are definitely excited to actually have you back on and meet with you all in person, and hopefully this is a learning experience for.
So,
okay.
Thank you. And any other questions? Just reiterating, right? What are the facts that Sai presented? Yes,
Sure.
thank you. It's on-site, no online. Number 2 is 7 core contests, not 10 contests that we used to do before. Okay, those are the 2 takeaways. Most importantly, and there is early bird registration. If you have a choice of registering to your chapter, take advantage and please register so that you can get access to your word list and other things as well. And please, it's a learning journey, right? I mean, you're going to learn through all the coaching and everything. It's excellent opportunity. So we are really doing very well on that front. So take advantage and go through the coaching page. There is all the information is been properly updated as of today. So please look at it. Any other question? Yes, JSB 051. I'm sorry, I can't see your name completely. It's Akela. Okay, go ahead, please.
Sorry, I didn't realize it's still using the NSF name there.
You need to rename yourself, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, first of all, congratulations on conducting the contest online. It was great, but this past nationals, we had a lot of challenge in terms of conducting it timely or so. Is this the fallback if we end up having any unforeseen incident that we'll still go back to the online?
Dr. Balu, you want to take on that? Or?
I just don't want to speculate that, but we just want to prepare ourselves for that.
Yeah, we're going to do everything possible for it not to be online. We've really, it's not the same experience as being in person. So, I mean, it would have to be something really dire or extreme for us to go back online. And it's partly for the reasons you said, right? We were not able to deliver the experience that we want everybody to have online. So I think, if we were to do online in the future, we have a lot more work to do to develop our platforms, and we're not there yet. So I don't anticipate, like I said, it'll be online unless something really extreme happens, which I certainly hope not.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to gauge whether you have gotten the input. So I'm glad. Thank you.
Thank you. Santosh Kumar, please go ahead, ask your question and unmute yourself. Yes, thank you.
Hi. I just wanted to know regarding the materials that you're talking about, like if at all you register, you said we would have access to the spellings for the spell bee competition. Similarly, if we are trying to go ahead with some other kind of things like maths or science, do we also get access to the relevant materials? Any chance?
Well, there is a kind of yes, thank you for asking that question. So for spelling, vocabulary, and geography, right, there is a oral round, second round, phase 2. And about half the words are asked, not geography, but spelling and vocabulary, half the words are asked from the published list. And that published list you can get access to early enough so the student can, study that, right? That's what we are kind of referring to. And anything else, Sai, on that front?
No, I think you covered it. Yep.
Yeah, but for the math or science, my question was more on those front. Like, do we get access to any such materials at all?
There is no such material, but if you go to the website and, there will be some, I'm going to go right now and just check it out. There will be some preparation material you will find, definitely. Meanwhile, anybody has any other questions? We are here. I'm just checking right now. I don't see right now there is no sample papers or sample questions there, but the preparation information is given, and we will take that under advisement. Keeping certain few questions for one each grade level, just as a sample questions.
Yeah, that would help and give us some idea about like how you'd want the child to get prepared. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Prasanna, there's a question about brain bee. Someone missed that particular.
Yeah, please go ahead and answer that, Sai.
Okay, so regarding brain bee, so basically it would be a part of what I would like to call as a learning journey, meaning that there'll be a coaching session for it. And then as part of the coaching sessions, there will also be tests and everything else conducted. But then all we don't have is just the regional contest that we normally used to have for brain bee at this point in time. But pretty soon this will all be incorporated into one. But just for this particular year alone, we will not have any brain bee contest for the regional level.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Just 1 second. 1 second, please. There is somebody raised a hand. SRIJAN. I don't know what his acronym is that, but go ahead. Unmute yourself. And if you have any question, please raise your hand, please. Yep.
I raised my hand, but I don't know, like it was showing at that.
No, yeah, that's fine. So SRIJAN, your name?
Yeah, actually, yeah, my son is going for junior geography B. He had some classes. So when I register for this contest, is it like a contest conducted by NorthSouth, or is it like actual geography like B that we are registering to?
So you take away.
Yeah,
It
sure.
is basically there's no national geography, but go ahead.
That's right. That's right. There is no National Geography contest being conducted anymore. That has gone away. That's a separate organization that was conducting that contest. So right now, what you are registering for within North-South is just only for the North-South contest only. No other specific contests.
Oh, okay. Not like how it used to be, like national level, like, you know, nothing like that is happening now. Okay.
No, not yet.
And
No,
I have a question.
I'm kind of confused. You said it used to happen national level. North-South always conducted the same way. So under the North-South premises, we have not changed our format. But what Sai was mentioning is a National Geographic, just like a scrape spelling is outside organization. They stopped doing that now. Okay. So North-South is the only venue if your student is interested in participating in geography.
Okay, and so once they go regionals, once they qualify the regionals, they will be going for the finals?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and I see some material in the North-South Foundation that they can go through, like past examination papers or something. I mean, past contest papers. So if they go through them, is it enough, or they have to go do like anything research outside for the?
There is actually a section called How to Prepare on our website. Please check that out. Okay, so that under the geography, there is actually how to register. Sorry, how to prepare. So
okay. That's enough, right? That will be covering everything for the exam.
Right. Yeah.
I have one more question. Like regarding public speaking, because I didn't send my son for the public speaking, but he's very good at it. He's just 8-year-old. So can I register to that without attending the classes?
Yeah, that is fine. There's no, okay, one quick point, right? So for registering for any of the contests, the coaching is not a prerequisite at this point in time, really, right? So you can actually individually register for that.
So
but you have to be the right age, right, Sai? So I'm not sure if we have the age covered for an 8-year-old. We might have to look at that.
Right, that's true. I was just trying to clarify on the point of whether they need to have the coaching, but you're absolutely right, Dr. Balu. As far as the eligibility is concerned, yes, that's something 8-year probably is.
No, it is a PS1 is for grade 6, 7, and 8.
Oh, not. He is a 3rd grader actually, yeah. And so the dates don't clash, right? Even if you do like 2 or 3, if you register for like a geography B and something else that he is qualified for, so the dates will be different dates.
It's supposed to be completely different, so that nothing should run parallel unless it's a senior engineer. But unlike, so
it won't. Yeah, okay. Okay. I think we'll move to somebody else.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah,
thank you. Mac, you're next. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, so I've been looking for, I've been participating, or my kids have been participating in the last couple of years. Well, only last year, sorry. So I've been seeing that the previous questions always 2018 one, and I was wondering if you can change the sample questions to more recent, or maybe keep like 2 years sample questions so that kids can have more opportunity to see what they're expecting, during the exam itself.
Oh, give me an example. When you say 2018, which contest are you referring to?
So if you look for example, Math B or Science B, if you go to that section, there is some sample question paper given in the NSF website, and they all are 2018, and that's I've been seeing for the last couple of years. So I was wondering if you can, if we have some sample question papers from the most recent one, like 2020 or 2021. That'll be helpful.
Sai, I'm not aware of the sample question, so you need to answer that.
Yeah, so we'll try to see if we can get any additional sample questions, but for now, those are the answers for now. Yeah, but we definitely will take a look at that. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, and then somebody asked this question prior, right? That, hey, can we get a sample questions? So under the syllabus, there are some sample questions. I know that it was just for 2018, so we will look at that. But yes, there are some sample questions.
Okay.
Asha Prakash, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, my son is interested in geographic B. So, do we have access to get study materials on your website?
Same. I think Prasanna was mentioning under the preparing section. Yes, you do have materials under that, and it also has a guideline to which are the books that you can also refer to.
So
there are some
so
sample questions there too.
So do I have to choose the Colorado one, right? Because we live in Colorado.
For the contest, you're going to be choosing Colorado, but of course for the sample questions, it doesn't make a difference, right? From study material, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Jams.
Hi. I just want to know if the kid should have some kind of eligibility to participate in this contest. My son is 8 years old. Or
right. So, right. I believe I had actually shown you that particular screen. Okay. For example, you can actually go to the NorthSouth.
Can you share the screen again for her,
Sure,
if you don't
absolutely.
mind, so everybody can see that again.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly share my screen.
Thank you.
Okay, you should be seeing my screen now. Okay, so if you go to US activities and contests, and within that regional contest, this actually shows you which are the grades that eligibility comes up for each of the different contests. Okay, you should be able to click on that one and you can check it out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Parani Balan, do you still have any other questions? Are you good?
Yeah, I still have one question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, suppose if my kid is interested in like 2B spelling and math, and if that is conducted, like when I just see the schedules, like in one of the chapter which is closest to us, it's like it's on the same date and same timing, so they won't be able to participate in the 2Bs.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Sorry, because, okay, if you're talking of one particular chapter, the contest in one particular chapter, each chapter will make sure that there is no, like basically each of the contests will be at a different time. It will not be conflicting with each other. But if you're actually trying to register in two different chapters, then there is a possibility that they may have some kind of a conflict in the timings. So if you're looking at one single chapter, they will make sure that there is no, as far as scheduling is concerned, there's no conflict on that.
Yeah, what I see, suppose like the one which I'm saying is Louisville, Kentucky, which I see the spelling bee and the math bee. He's in the first level, like junior, and then MB1. It says 22nd of April, and then the time is like 8 a.m. for the both of them. That's the reason I ask.
Send an email to support@NorthSouth, and we'll definitely take it up for you. But if you're talking on the same chapter, it should not be the case. They'll figure it out.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so if you already if we answered your question, you can
lower your hand, please.
Yeah, don't lower your hands, please. Anya Desai.
Okay, we'll answer two more questions and then I think we should be able to wrap it up.
Yep.
Yeah, hi. I had a question for the phase 2, the contest that has phase 2, like geography and spelling. Are they also at the same date? That is like, that the slot that you're given, is that phase 1, phase 2 combined, or phase 2 will be later after May?
Right. So the phase 1 and phase 2 will be one after the other, and there'll be hardly like 10 minutes gap between the two.
Okay, so it's a combined phase 1, phase. Okay,
that's correct. Yes.
Thank you.
And all contestants go from phase 1 to phase 2.
Okay, all right, got it. Thanks.
There's no elimination, bottom line. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Anyone from?
Yeah,
here?
I'll take one last question. We've.
Go ahead.
Hi, good evening, all. I just have a quick question regarding the Massachusetts Worcester chapter. So I have the junior kid. He will be attending the spelling bee, MB1, and the science bee. He is interested, but there is hardly. He's a little kid, of course. So, but there is hardly a little. As some parent raised, we have only like 15 minutes gap. So I did bring it up to the director. This is our first time attending this. I'm just kind of wondering if there could be something done, or we do have a neighboring state that can he attend like 2 in our regional state, and can he attend one of them, because I don't want him to be overwhelmed. He's a little kid, so
I'm not sure I fully got that. Sorry with that.
Okay, it's okay. Let me repeat it. So he's they have the science at 8 a.m. So
Okay.
let me tell you, yeah, it starts at 8:30, and then he has in math at 9:15, and they have
Okay.
the spelling bee starting time at 10:30. So they're like there is hardly like a 15 minutes gap, probably 15 minutes gap in between them. So
Right.
we're just wondering, can he attend like 2 of them in one state, because our neighboring state has it on a different day, so that it's not kind of overwhelming for the kid. I don't know, like, can we do that or no?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, you can register for 2 contests in one particular chapter, and another contest in a different chapter. Absolutely. No problem.
As long as they are in the same cluster.
That's okay. They can still do it. Only key point is you cannot reappear for the same contest in another cluster, in another chapter, right? For example, you cannot attend spelling in Worcester chapter and again attend for spelling in another chapter. That's the only criteria that we have.
Okay. And one other quick question. So is it like how many will be selected for the finals? Is it like first 2 or first 3, or how does it work? I'm sorry if you already answered this.
No, I did not answer that, but okay. There is no basically what happens is there is like a cutoff mark that actually we come up with after collating all the scores across all the chapters, and then that cutoff mark determines the qualification for the finals. So even if your child does not get the first or the second, it doesn't really matter. And I would like to reemphasize what Dr. Balu initially said. This is about learning experience, right? So with that in perspective, the cutoff mark actually will be lower than basically for the top 1 and 2, really. So as long as your child actually gets the cutoff mark, he or she will be selected for the finals.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. That answers all. Thank you.
Sure. Asha, Prakash, any other questions? If not, you can lower your hand.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, that's you. Okay. All right. Viv, any other questions? Are you good?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to.
No problem. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate attending this session. Last word from Sai, or,
Dr. Bal, I think I'll leave it to you. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Dr. Bal.
Yeah, I'm really excited, right? A few of you have direct messaged me on the Zoom chat here asking, hey, how can I get involved? And, please, to those of you who are asking, what can I do? Please do email support@northsouth.org, right? And we'll find something meaningful for you to do. There are a lot of smart and dedicated people involved in this foundation, and we need more. We can't have too many. There's so much knowledge, and we want to share. And some of you have said, hey, I can't reach my chapter director. I don't think, our chapter is as active as it could be. Sometimes our chapter directors hold on because there's nobody else. And if you feel like you are much more in touch with the younger members of the community, we can put you in touch with leadership in the chapter. And, we are often looking for associate chapter directors. And sometimes our chapter directors, they're ready for a break, but they have not found anyone who's enthusiastic enough to take it on. So please you can definitely email support. You can copy me, and we'd be happy to find you something. That is one of the biggest reasons we're going back in person this year, is so we can rebuild our community feel. It's very important. And this is nice to be with all of you on Zoom, but I don't even know what most of you look like. And so I'd much rather we get together and meet and learn from one another. Thanks.